Greetings, everybody, from the van. This is week 5 of the School Games Challenge, and some really interesting updates. So last week, I told you guys I changed my strategy. I was going to do the free and then also do the paid simultaneously, build out courses, everything else. And then I realized that, I don't actually know what my audience wants or needs. So I have 150 people in my free section, my free group, and so I decided to get just really close to the action and just talk to more people, rather than thinking about monetizing so quickly. It's like, how can I best serve these people and what are their actual needs? And as I started talking to people, I started hearing the same types of problems. I don't know how to underwrite deals. I don't know how to find buyers for deals, finding capital to raise against my deals. These are all real estate specific issues, but these are the things I kept hearing. And no matter what industry or niche you're in, if you talk to the people in your group, they're going to have similar issues. And now those issues are giving me ideas of what master classes I can do and what webinars I can host, which is then going to drive traffic from Facebook groups saying hey, everyone looking to sell or finance real estate. I've heard so many times about people getting their money stuck inside of deals. I want to make sure that never happens. So I'm going to do a free webinar just to teach you guys everything I know about underwriting these deals. Right. And now that's really appealing because I've heard that from multiple people that that's one of the biggest challenges that they have. So it gives me ideas for stuff of ways I can be of service and ways I can be of value. And now I can go and put that into groups and I can write copy around it. I can make posts around it. And I can also craft my offer and craft what I can give to these people around what I'm hearing over and over again. And so I decided to just do the free group, talk to people. I started doing a coffee hour as many mornings during the week as I possibly can. And in those periods of time, I just people show up. Recently it's been 3 to 7 people, and they're all sorts of different ones. This morning was really experienced real estate guys who were awesome, and it was really fun. I learned from them also. Some of them have a lot more experience than I do in different areas of real estate. I have experience in a specific niche of real estate, so it was really fun. It was just a mastermind. I got to just be of value and give people value, and so I decided not to do the paid program yet. I wanted to get 1,000 to the free program. Once I have 1,000 in the free program, I can convert 100 of those 1,000, that's 10%, into the paid program. And now that would be around $20,000 a month, right? So that's that was the vision. And so the funny thing happened when I stopped wanting to drive traffic to the paid program. Some girl just randomly joined. She was like, "Hey, I just joined the paid program. I'm in pro." And I was like, "Oh, cool, amazing." There's no one in there but me and 3 of my friends, but welcome, great. Let me make sure I give you as much value as possible. And I mean, I could charge a lot of money for the consulting services. I had the stuff I understand in real estate. And because she paid $179 a month, I'm just going to make sure she gets massive ROI, because she's doing a deal and I can help her with that deal and so on. So it was really cool. The first person kind of came in there, and now I'm okay, cool. Let me make the about page better, and let me actually have an offering for you so I can fulfill on what the about page says and craft that a little bit more. Another thing I started doing is I just want to get more eyes, more traffic. I don't really like the whole DMing people a lot. It's not very fun for me. So I will do it if I have to, but I also have experience in real estate, so I'm going to get on podcasts now. I want to do multiple podcasts and talk to people and just get more eyes and ears by speaking to people and speaking for other people's groups, other people's communities, just getting as much eyes and ears as I possibly can with the goal of driving people to the free community. So that is my vision now, is to get to 1,000 people into that free community as quick as possible. My goal is to have 2,000 in that free community by February 1st and convert 10% of that so that I get to that 40K. So my goal is to get 1,000 into that free community as soon as possible. Other cool things that are happening is I started implementing Dan Sullivan's day structure. He has I forget what he calls them. The one they're called buffer days, and that's more systems and dealing with it's all systems admin type stuff. And then another is the full action days, deep work days. And so I've now structured my days. I keep hitting burnout around Thursday because I love working, and I love working long hours. And maybe I'm just old. I'm 33, so maybe I'm an old man. But Thursdays that come by and I was exhausted. I'm really tired. So I wake up at 5 a.m. and then I'm working till 5 p.m. with some breaks in between and a workout in between. And by Thursday, I'm just burnt out and I'm not working as effectively. So I really want to figure out, I'm committed to figuring out kind of that structure and how I can have more efficiency in my work and not burn out on Thursday. So if I'm working 12 hours a day, but I'm burning out on Thursday, then I'm not working much on Thursday. an illusion of like getting a lot done. So I started adding in buffer days, which is really cool. And so today was a buffer day. And so I focused on my entire welcome email sequence. So all the admin stuff behind like getting my email connected to school, making sure all the people that are signing up to my school program are in that welcome sequence and writing out the emails of the welcome sequence. And it was really fun. I really enjoyed it. And I got to focus on that without thinking about all these other things because I put that in my time block and started buffering it on my buffer days. Another thing, a big thing is time blocking, just like getting back into time blocking and having very specific time block sections for specific tasks. I'm very, my brain's thinking about stuff all the time. So it's very easy for me to think about something and do it. And it creates less efficiency. So creating more efficiency, more time blocking, buffer days, active days. They also have free days. Dan Sullivan does free days, I think like 3 times a week, which is days where you're like fully offline. And like, even when ideas come up, you don't write them down. You just allow for it to like simmer through. I've been practicing a Sabbath for the past year, and that's like probably the top thing I've added in my life. If you can take one thing from this video, it's like get the book The Sabbath by Abraham Heschel, or listen to The Sabbath by John Mark Comer, a Rule of Life podcast. There's multiple episodes on Spotify. It's totally free. John Mark Comer is awesome, by the way. Yeah, if you have one thing from this episode, regardless of the school stuff, like learn about the Sabbath. The Sabbath, I've not hit like actual burnout since I started doing the Sabbath. And there's studies about the Seventh-day Adventists, which is a sect of Christianity that still does the Sabbath every single day, and they live on average 12 years longer than people that don't practice the Sabbath. And if you actually add up all the days of the Sabbath in a lifetime, it'll equate to around 12 years, which is really, really cool. And there's tons of research around it. I got you guys one more. Hold up. Boom. One book recommendation, Redeeming Your Time by Jordan Rayner, 7 biblical principles for being purposeful, present, and wildly productive. This is where I learned about the Sabbath from. This book has like, I don't know if you can see, but like it's been marked up more than almost any book that I've had before. So anyways, we're off the cuff here. We're live in the van, off the cuff, giving you updates, but these are things that are coming up. It's burnout. It's like, what am I focused on? How can I get more focused? I mean, these are all the things that are coming up and popping up, but I'm like, I love the buffer days now because now it gives me time to build out the administrative side. And then I'm figuring out how to get more eyes on what I'm doing without like the DMing is just like, even like I can do like value posts in groups and get like hundreds of comments, but like going back and like literally DMing everyone is just like the bane of my school right now. But like, and like is like do whatever it takes. Like, this is what it takes to get something off the ground, and I will do it. But I prefer to be like a guest on podcasts and talking about really cool things and talking about interesting things and then driving traffic over. One other cool thing that happened was somebody who I spoke at a real estate mastermind recently about this topic because of the school community, because I want to drive traffic. And from that time speaking about our business model, I potentially have someone who I can do consulting for, which is a high ticket item, maybe $10,000 to $20,000 plus an equity split, which is very cool. And this is something that is on the table as well, where I can actually help this person open up a new market with our model, and it'll be massive value for them, and also will allow for me to create some revenue in this business as well. So it's really cool to watch everything just unfold when I start to talk about, you know, what we're doing in real estate and what we're creating. And it's fun. Like, it's definitely, I'm also very interested in creating a mastermind. So people who are fully committed to school, who are like taking massive action. I had a guy reach out to me from these videos who wants to do potentially a mastermind. I want to mastermind with people that are like fully committed and like making it happen. Cause like, that's for me is like, I've always done that in every business I've had. And that's one of the biggest secrets of any business I've ever had is like, do the masterminds, like show up with smart people at a certain time each week with a certain structure, and like form your minds together to like create massive value. And so that's coming, like things are happening, you know, just by showing up here, like in my van, talking to the microphone, like sharing the experience with you guys. Like more of you guys are finding this and reaching out to me, which is awesome. I honestly expected there to be like 15 viewers of these videos. It's more just for like me, but yeah, I love that there's people getting value from these actual videos. And like it's about taking a stand for one's life and creating freedom within life. And it's a long game and thinking in decades. And that's where, yeah, that's a big shift for me also, is like really coming back to like, it's not get rich in 1 year. It's like think in decades and show up and be of service and be of value. And then like the overnight success happens after 8 years or whatever, however much time it is. Some people are really smart and they get it really, really quick. For me, this is my 8th year in entrepreneurship, and I just see now like everything kind of coming together in a different way. So Anyways, that is my rambling session today for our week 5. I have $179 in monthly recurring revenue. I have a potential $10,000 to $20,000 revenue spot coming in for a consulting fee, which is really cool. I have people watching these, which makes me really happy. So thanks. I guess, yeah, like, subscribe, do all the stuff that you do on YouTube to make people see stuff. And yeah, keep showing up, and feel free to DM me. My Instagram's probably linked somewhere. DM me, show up, say hi, post in the comments. Like, if we can create community around this as well, because school is such an awesome opportunity to just create freedom, and like, it really does make it really easy, and it's really fun. So thank you guys for tuning in. My focus for this next week is I will be in Austin at a leadership event, and I'm getting scheduled for multiple podcasts. I think I have 2 podcasts I'm doing next week. And then I'm going to finish the email sequence and get the email started, and then write more. And then I'm going to start doing some more master classes. I'm also, like, our business has other stuff going on too. So things are happening. Life is happening. And thank you guys all for tuning in. It's extremely appreciated. And if you have any questions or thoughts, or yeah, share your experiences below. Cool. Thanks, everyone.